William Hill Vegas sponsors Joshua vs. White on Sky Sports Box Office.
Radio Raheem here with Gary Spike O'Sullivan. You know, I almost want to just hand you the mic and let you go. Over the last 2 or 3 years, apparently, you've been talking this fight up. It's something that you've been looking forward to and really instigating. How much, as we discussed, during the sit-down there, did that have to do with just wanting to get this fight? And how much of this really is personal for you? Do you really dislike this guy that much?
Not at all. I don't really truly dislike him too much. I think he's an arrogant guy. I wouldn't be in his fan club, but I don't dislike nobody really. Absolutely nobody. Don't dislike anybody, So I'm just looking forward to the fight, and I got the fight through banter, and I'm looking forward to getting there now.
They said that he smelled fear when he was close to you, and I saw you and your team laughing. At several points in the press conference, you seemed to be amused by his musings. What was it that you found funny, and do you think that he's sincere in what he says?
Nah, he's not sincere in what he says, and saying that I am afraid is absolute stupidest thing I've ever heard. I cannot wait to get in there, and just cannot wait, and I'm looking forward to it so much. I'm going to enjoy myself in there, and I fought back in small town halls where a handful of people watching me. That's where I come from, and I've been fighting all my life, and to get to this big stage and have 20,000 odd people watching the fight, millions watching a lot around the world, and Michael Buffer announcing me, I can't wait to soak it in and enjoy it, and it's going to be great.
You've called him arrogant. He's clearly considered a polished fighter. He comes in on what we call the A side in America. He's the promoter's favorite, and you're a gritty, kind of scrappy guy. What is the advantage for you in that? How do you beat a guy who seems to have, the lineage and everything behind him?
Well, I think people underestimate me a lot, and Chris Eubank Jr. hasn't had the greatest amateur record, I think he's only had about 20 fights. I've been a national champion of Ireland, which is a very strong sport. Boxing in amateur boxing in Ireland is very strong, and I've been the champion of our country and been up there at the top, and I believe I'm a better boxer than him, and I got all the skills to beat him in every way.
This is an eliminator fight. Obviously, the winner of this has a crack at, Daniel Jacobs. That's a big title. That guy knocked somebody out in 80 seconds just a week ago. Did you watch that fight, and what did you think about it?
I've knocked people out quicker before myself, but it was a world title fight, so it was an amazing achievement for him. It was fantastic, and I think he's a great guy, great champion, a great story. He's survived cancer, amazing, and you just have to admire that guy. I think he's a great guy, but unfortunately, it's the sport we're in. He's world champion. He has that mental, he's had the title, and I haven't, and I want it. So you got to beat good people to become champion, and I got great respect for him. I shake hands with him and wish him the best, but I gotta take that world title from him.
When you look across the ring, you're not an old guy by any means. You're 31, but this guy's 26. In boxing, that 5-year differential can mean something. Do you think that maybe you're more experienced and that will advantage you, or are you at all concerned about a younger fighter who's supposed to be more crisp, having more energy later in the fight?
Not at all. I've trained exceptionally hard for this fight, and I feel I'll be stronger than him. I have more maturity and certainly more experience. I've been a pro now, going on for my 9th year, and I think he's only been pro about 4 years, and he hasn't had the biggest amateur record either, and I think I out-trump him in every way.
When the American fans get to know you, you talk a lot, and that can bring eyeballs, but winning is what really gets you the spotlight. Tonight you're going to be on Saturday night you're going to be on a world stage. What are the fans that haven't been introduced to Spike O'Sullivan? What are they going to learn about you Saturday night come the last bell being rung?
I'm going to learn that I'm a warrior, I'm a hard hitter, and I'm an entertainer. And I love to fight, I love to talk, love to sing, just an entertainer all around.
It doesn't sound like you or your team are expecting this thing to go the distance. So can you give me a prediction? How do you see this stopping and win?
I'm not going to say win. I don't want him to hear or see too many insights, but I will knock him out for sure.
Thank you. Radio Raheem with Gary Spike O'Sullivan.
William Hill Vegas sponsors Joshua vs. White on Sky Sports Box Office.